she paid in full, she calling me ace. I heard it's a marathon, they friend, they move, we win in the race. Nigga, this shit should be televised. You will never see a battle rise. 100 niggas selling hella lies. He a hoe, I see it in his eyes. I don't know him, he ain't one of ours. Fuck niggas blending in disguise. Long as he don't get in our way.
Welcome to another episode of Chicago Unfiltered. This episode is titled, Ladies, if he's solid, how you coming? It's the reverse episode, what men actually want. Tonight we gonna flip the script, right? Last episode, we talked about what men should be doing, how men should set the mood, how men should move, how men should approach women, how men should lead with intention instead of rushing everything. That's cool. But Chicago Unfiltered don't do the one-sided conversations. We ain't about to sit here and act like the whole relationship burden fall on men while women sit back grading the performance. Nah, we don't do that over here. Tonight, we flipping the whole damn script. Ladies, this episode for y'all, because if a man is out here working, right, handling responsibilities, protecting you, showing loyalty, trying to build something real, then the real question becomes, how you coming for him? Yeah, we going there tonight, today, this evening, this morning, wherever you watching this, whenever you watching this, not the Instagram version. Not the relationship guru version. Nah, this Chicago Unfiltered version. Because men have needs too. And a lot of women never really sit down and ask the question, what actually makes a man feel respected, valued, and motivated in a relationship? Well, tonight, you got a man behind the mic telling you exactly what the hell it is. Let's get into it. Lower your voice.
Because the truth makes people uncomfortable.
We don't whisper it.
We don't clean it up.
We say what others are afraid to think.
We spin the block.
And pull up uninvited.
This is Chicago.
Unfiltered.
Well, back to
They call it reckless.
We call it standing up.
We paint the truth where everyone can see it.
We walk through the storm, head high, fists ready.
The city's in our blood.
And we don't back down.
My first segment is titled, Respect Hit Different Than Love.
In Chicago, love can be loud. Respect, it's felt. For a lot of men, it's the tone, the space, the small, steady actions.
That's your back.
When he feels it, he stands taller, speaks freer, leans all the way in. Respect hits different than love. And for him, it might just...
Let's start with the foundation. A lot of women think men operate off love. A known misconception. Nah, not real men. Men operate off respect. Ask your man right now. Tap him, babe. You operate off love or respect? He gonna tell you. Respect. Love is emotional. Respect, now that's behavioral. Because, let me explain. You can love a man and still talk to him crazy. You could love a man and still embarrass the hell out of him in front of his people. Friends, co-workers, shit, some of y'all parents, and y'all don't give, some of y'all just don't care. You can love a man and still criticize every decision he makes. And that right there is where a lot of relationships slowly start to fall apart. Ladies, I'm just giving y'all the game. Ask your man when you finish, show it to him, be like, is he right? He gonna say, yeah, I'm with you when you're right. Because a man can tolerate problems, right? But the moment he starts feeling like he ain't respected in his own house, he could be staying with you, somebody else. The man is a protector naturally. So wherever he dwells, wherever that person lays that hat, wherever his home is, he's protected. He's the protector of that place. And when he's not respected, we get these emotional roller coasters out here, right? The emotional connection starts dying when he doesn't feel respected. A man wants to feel like the woman next to him actually believes in him. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker stealing boxes to build him a clubhouse. But you better have the duct tape. Baby, come on, we gonna build this motherfucking clubhouse. Not like she's constantly grading his performance. You know what I mean? Because if the only time a man hears your voice is when something is wrong, eventually he stopped listening altogether. Which leads to my next segment, titled, Stop Competing with Your Man.
Chicago, can we talk? The fastest way to sink a relationship is turning it into a contest. When you're busy proving who's stronger, nobody's building anything. Bonds grow when you move like a team. Two people pull in the same direction.
Ladies, I don't know how to stress this no more than what I. Stop competing with your man, baby girl. Stop. Love. Look, listen to me. Look, come closer. I know this might hurt your feelings, but this Chicago Unfiltered, and we love the ladies. Ladies, your man is not your opponent. We're going to repeat that. Ladies, your man is not your opponent. No, but a lot of relationships today start turning into competition. I make my own money. I don't need no man. I could do everything myself. That's cool. Nobody says you couldn't, baby. But when everything becomes a power struggle, the relationship stops feeling like partnership. It starts feeling like two people constantly trying to prove dominance. And that energy drains a man because he already competing with the world every day. Work, competition, financial pressure, social expectations. He don't want to come home and feel like he got to compete with his girl too. A grown, strong woman is attractive, but a woman constantly trying to challenge a man's authority just to prove a point, that's exhausting, which leads to my next segment, titled, Peace is the Real Luxury.
Cars, watches, penthouses, they say that's luxury. But after a day out here, this is what I want to protect. A woman whose presence quiets the room. Her energy feels like Sunday morning.
Let me explain. Here's something a lot of women underestimate, right? Men don't chase beauty as much as people think. Men chase peace. A woman can be gorgeous, beautiful, flawless, but if her presence feel like constant tension, that attraction fades fast because peace is addictive. Ask yourself right now, I know y'all know plenty of women. I'm talking about beautiful star celebrities that done got cheated on. Guess what? When a man finds a woman where conversation feels easy, arguments don't turn into disrespect, the house feels calm instead of chaotic, that man holds on to that woman like she a diamond or gold because the world already stressful. A woman who adds peace instead of pressure becomes irreplaceable. And that's the type of woman you want to be. And that's the type of woman you want to teach your daughters to be. Which leads to my next segment, titled, Appreciation Turns Men into Machines.
In Chicago, effort speaks loud. But appreciation, that's jet fuel. He clocks in before the city wakes, hands covered in grit, shoulders heavy.
Hey! I see how hard you're going. Thank you for holding it down.
A few honest words, and suddenly he's got...
Let me explain. Ladies, let me tell you something. A lot of women do not realize, for some odd reason, men, and you can ask any man, any real man to tell you, men are extremely responsive to appreciation. No compliments about looks, appreciation about effort. You tell a man, I see you trying. I appreciate what you do. I'm proud of you. That hits a man deeper than you could ever believe or ever think. Because men are wired to perform. We naturally want to provide, fix problems, and build things. But appreciation gives that effort meaning. Without appreciation, everything starts feeling like obligation, which leads to my next segment titled, Seduction Ain't Just About Sex.
Seduction isn't a look, it's an energy. It's the pause before touch, the tone in your voice, presence that fills the space between you. And when the little gestures keep showing up, chemistry doesn't fade, it deepens. Chicago Unfiltered, seduction.
Let me explain. Now, let's get into the grown folks conversation. Right? A lot of women think seduction starts in the bedroom. Nah. Seduction starts with energy, with you talking to your man and the way you talk to your man. The way you walk past him and touch his shoulder, the way you look at him when nobody else is around. Seduction is subtle, it's tension, it's anticipated, it's making a man feel like you actually desire him, because men need to feel wanted too. And when a woman knows how to create that atmosphere, oh my, the relationship never loses its spark. And that's a dangerous woman. Which leads to my next segment, titled Loyalty Ain't Just Not Cheap.
Girl, I heard he been texting some other chick. Nah, you're not about to talk on his name while he ain't here. His name's safe around me. Loyalty isn't just not cheating. It's guarding the man you love when he's not in the room. When he knows you got him in public and in private, trust hits different.
I heard what you did. Appreciate you, for real.
Oh,
let me explain. This one important because people misunderstand loyalty. Loyalty ain't just about being faithful physically. Nah, loyalty is about how you represent your partner when he's not around. Do you defend him in his absence? Do you respect the relationship publicly? Do you protect his reputation? Because nothing breaks a man's trust faster than realizing his woman talks down on him to other people. And loyalty, a loyal woman becomes a man's greatest ally, which leads to my next segment, titled Encourage His Vision Instead of Doubting It.
Some days it feels like I'm spinning my wheels.
You built this from nothing. I believe in you.
Yeah?
Yeah, keep going.
Thanks for keeping me grounded.
Always.
Let's make it happen.
Let me explain. Every man that's trying to build something is going to go through periods where things feel uncertain, right? Of course, businesses take time. Careers take time. Growth takes time. And during those moments, a man doesn't need someone constantly asking, are you sure this gonna work? He needs someone who says, you know what? I believe in you. And if you get it done, fine. But if you don't, let's make something else happen. That support becomes fuel, because when a man feels like his woman actually believes in him and his vision, he becomes unstoppable, which leads to my next segment, titled Learn How to Speak to Your Man, baby.
you never help me with dinner. Why can't you just step up for once?
I help plenty. You're acting like I don't do anything.
Same request, different delivery.
Hey, I could use a hand with dinner tonight. Would you mind?
Yeah, of course.
Tone over words, respect opens doors. Chicago Unfiltered. Talk so we listen.
Let me explain. Tone matters. Delivery matters. The way you communicate matters. It's some men that won't need, you could be attracted to a woman physically, but as soon as she open her mouth, it turns you completely off. Fellas, you could chime in. Ask your man right now. If he's sitting next to you, tap him and be like, babe, do women be attractive and then you hear him talk, they just turn you off? He gonna tell you. Abso-fucking-lutely. You can say the exact same sentence 2 different ways and get 2 completely different reactions out of a man. Respectful communication creates cooperation. Disrespectful communication creates resistance. A man listens better when he feels respected. And that's just the honest to God truth. Which leads to my next segment, titled Small Gestures Go a Long Way.
In Chicago, it doesn't take much. A quick text to check in, a sticky note on the fridge, straightening a scarf before the wind grabs it, dropping off their coffee, made exactly right. Little things. But over time, they stack up. They say, I see you, you matter. And in a city this...
Let me explain. A lot of women think they have to do big dramatic things to keep a relationship strong. That's not true. Sometimes it's the small gestures that mean the most. Cooking something for him, checking on him during the day, touching him when you walk past. Little things that show effort. Those gestures build emotional connection over time, which leads to my next segment, titled Reciprocity is the Whole Point. Relationships that last are built on reciprocity.
Here in Chicago, we know the best connections run both ways. You pass the scarf, they bring the coffee. You hold the umbrella, they make you laugh. When respect, loyalty, and those little everyday efforts flow back and forth, balance keeps the bond strong. Reciprocity.
Let me explain. Effort for effort, energy for energy, respect for respect. If a man is giving you loyalty, protection, effort, and love, then he deserves to feel that same level of commitment coming back. Because the strongest relationships are the ones where both people feel valued. So, ladies, if you got a solid man, ask yourself something honestly today, this evening, whenever you're alone. Not just what is he doing for you, but how you coming for him. How are you showing up for that man? Because the best relationships ain't built on one person carrying the whole weight. They built on two people choosing each other every single day. This has been another episode of Chicago Unfiltered, where the conversation get uncomfortable, but the truth always gets spoken. So I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to stay sharp, stay honest, and always stay dangerous. I'm your host, Molly Ballaray, and I'm going to get on about this motherfucker.
Truth was spoken. What you do with it is on you.